So tonight for dinner is Egyptian rice with meatballs and a side salad. Starting with the salad, we're going to wash 2 tablespoonfuls of bulgur wheat. Going to wash that in hot water and leave it to soak up hot water. You just want enough hot water to cover it. Then onto the side salad. I have baby cucumber, cherry tomato, and lemon. Just going to chop everything up. You can leave your cherry tomatoes whole or you can cut them in half like I did. Here I have some butterhead lettuce. I find it really hard to find in the shops, but it is my favourite type of lettuce. I wash several leaves of this, then I roll them up into a little wrap style, and then I cut them into thin strips because that's my favourite way to eat them. So popping everything into a bowl and crumble fist-sized block of feta cheese over that. Then once the bulgur is cooled, we're going to add that in. Add about half a lemon, depends how lemony you want it, and olive oil and salt and black pepper as well, and give everything a good mix. So setting that aside and moving on to our rice. So I've got about 1 cup of Egyptian rice here, and we're going to wash it really well and leave it to soak for about 10 minutes. While the rice is soaking, I add a tablespoon of ghee and a tablespoon of oil into the pan, turn it on a high heat, and add in about a tablespoon to 2 tablespoons of orzo pasta. And we're just going to fry this until it becomes quite a rich, deep golden brown colour. And now because my orzo pasta is quite a long cook one, we're going to cook it with a vegetable stock and about half a cup of water once it's completely fried. And I just continue to cook that until the water is completely reduced into a thick kind of almost glaze. And then once that's done, I add in the drained rice and I fill it with water until the water just covers the rice. I let it come to a boil and then I turn it on to the lowest possible setting, cover it and leave it for about 15 minutes. After 15 minutes, I fluff it up with a fork and I leave it to sit for about a further 10 minutes. After about 10 minutes, it'll become much more fluffy. Now, Egyptian rice is more starchy, so it won't be fluffy like a basmati. Then on the side, I served it with some hummus, unfortunately not homemade, and I just drizzled this in some olive oil and tried to make a little design with some red chili powder on top, although it didn't look quite as pretty as I had envisioned. I also had this with some makdous, which is basically stuffed eggplant preserved in oil. I kind of dry off the excess oil from it. And the meatballs went into the air fryer. They did look a bit plain, so I added some salt, black pepper, and dried parsley. You can also make the meatballs yourself and add in other spices as you wish. But this was just a quick Friday night meal, and I just wanted it to be easy. So I popped it in the air fryer on 200 for 12 minutes, shaking about halfway. I kind of rotated them and shake them. And that was dinner. It was solid 9 out of 10.